Egypt's government this week approved the state budget for the fiscal year to June 2020, targeting a deficit of 7.2% GDP growth of 6.1% and a debt-to-GDP ratio of 89%. The 2019-2020 budget has been based on an exchange rate of 18 Egyptian pounds per dollar and international oil prices of $68 per barrel. Egypt's fiscal year begins in June every year. CGTN's Yasser Hakim has more.
The government is aiming to reduce the deficit to 7.2% from a current 8.4%. The targeted economic growth in the next fiscal year is 6.1% from 5.5%. But how will this be achieved?
The priority is to cut down on expenditure, and it's clear in the budget that the plan is to scrap subsidies on fuel and electricity, which take most of the revenue, especially the 92 and 95 octane, that's highly subsidized by the government.
But where will the saved money from expenditure cuts be channeled?
First of all, to maintain national security and combat terrorism. Then comes expenditure on education and health services. It's extremely important to improve the quality of public services and social security programs for Egyptians. Developing the education system in schools and also hospitals and health insurance for the poor are high on the agenda.
Some Egyptians have voiced their opinions about the announced budget.
Let's start with improving the educational system, developing the schools and reviewing the curriculum to help students become more creative, like Norway and Europe as a whole, which doesn't exist here.
We need more subsidies and services because the population is increasing, but the funds for services are not keeping up to sustain our needs.
For most experts, the main challenge for the government is to repay the mushrooming international and local debt. The draft has been welcomed by the National Assembly, but for most of the public, they're focusing on whether the government will succeed in reducing prices and the unemployment rates to 9.3% as promised in the draft. Yes, Hakim for CGTN, Cairo.